Has someone ever told you that money actually has a personality? Just like a human being. Yes, money has a personality. How you treat money is how money will treat you back. How you utilize your money is how your money will utilize you. If you mess up with your money, it goes away from you. If you treat and take care of it, it stays and becomes loyal to you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Growth Spark O'Clock. Welcome to this YouTube channel once again, Growth Spark, where we ignite, accelerate, and grow. Please do not forget to subscribe, to like, and to share. Personal financial management or personal financial planning. What is personal financial planning? Simply put, personal financial management or personal financial planning is how you plan your money. How you plan your money. What do I mean? From the moment you get your income, or you get your salary, or you get your money from whatever source, to how you budget for it, how you spend it, how you save it, and so on and so forth. That is personal financial management in the simplest way possible. So today I want us to look at the 4 principles of personal financial management. These principles will be able to help you to know how to manage your money. Please subscribe, and like, and share. Principle number 1, saving. Saving is something that should be mandatory, something that should be must for everyone. If you do not save your money, you might find yourself ending up in situations that you need to borrow from other people, or you need to borrow from other sources to be able to stay afloat. So how then do we save? So it is usually said that from all the income you get, you have to save at least a minimum of 10% of that particular income. Sometimes, depending on how your income is, you can actually save up to 50% of that particular income. Of course, this depends on the expenses that you have. This also depends on the amount of income you get. But the most important thing to understand is that a minimum of 10% of any income you get has to be saved. Now, before even I go further, saving is simply or basically putting money aside for future use. In case of an event that was not planned for, or something that was not planned for, an emergency comes up, you have some cash somewhere that you can actually use. So saving is basically putting money aside or storing money. Simple. Now, of the 10% or whatever percentage you've chosen to save, this amount that you're saving has to be divided into 2. There is an emergency fund, and there is the money that you've saved to invest. So emergency fund will help you to sort out short-term issues that would come up. You get a call that your child is sick, maybe your car breaks down and you're not expecting the same, you can reach out to the emergency fund and sort out 1 or 2 of those things that come out. This will help you to avoid issues of taking this short-term credit, which we also know that, or the mobile loans, for example, which sometimes can be very, very expensive. And one day we will talk about that in another session. So once you save, in that saving, there are 2 aspects of the savings that you have to put into consideration: the emergency fund and savings for the purpose of investing. Principle number 2 of personal financial management is investing. So we've said savings is just putting money aside. But what's the point of putting money aside and it is not helping you? The idea of getting an income or getting money is for it to be able to grow and create wealth for you and even work for you. So at the end of the day, This amount of money you're saving, like you said, there's a part of it that goes to investment. Investment or investing is basically where you put money into a financial instrument or into a project or into an idea that will grow that money, where you'll get some returns after the investments, what we commonly call the ROI, return on investment. You want to put your money somewhere, and at the end of the day, you want to see some profit out of it so that you're able to grow that money. Remember, at the end of the day, like I said when I was beginning, how you take care of your money is what will determine whether that cash will leave you or will actually be loyal and stay with you. Of course, investing can be in so many ways. Number one, you can actually invest through things like the securities exchange. You can invest in things to do with property. You can invest your cash in starting a business. And there are so many types of businesses. In other sessions, we shall be discussing such, and so on and so forth. The point is, your money needs to grow. The point is, you have your money to create wealth for you. That's why we just don't save and store the money there. We have to come up and actually invest it for it to grow. One very interesting way of investing that I came across years back is where people actually go and take credit to put up investments. For a long time, people have been scared of taking loans and so on and so forth. People have been shying away from credit. It got to a point where actually banks were now going to people where people are to persuade them to actually take up credit. What most people probably don't understand is that the wealthy people, or the wealthiest people that we see around or you see around, actually built that wealth through credit. A good majority of wealthy people built their wealth through credit. Think about your town, the urban centers that you see, or within your area, those big buildings that people have put up, rentals, commercial spaces in the urban towns. Those people probably didn't use cash to build those. They actually took credit or loan from somewhere to put up those structures, which are now actually paying them. The thing is very simple. They are using other people's money to create wealth for themselves. So in number one, when we are talking about saving, if you are this person who takes their money to the bank and leaves it there with the hope of getting some interest at the end of the year, there is another person who will come and borrow that money at an interest. And probably they will borrow at a certain interest. They'll be given a repayment period of, let's say, 48 months, 60 months, depending on the policies of the bank. Could go up to 6 years, 72 months, and so on and so forth. But the point is, this person will borrow your money, go put up an investment somewhere, pay your money back with interest in a period of, let's say, 5 years. Then after the 5th year, once they are done paying back your money plus the interest, now they are left with the property or the investment that they put. So they no longer owe you any money. They no longer owe the bank any money, but they now have an investment or a property with themselves. And this investment is giving them passive income as days go by. So most people who've put up investments, they have used other people's money through taking credit and loans to put up their investments. So remember, principle number one is saving. And you said saving is simply putting money aside. And actually, someone was telling me, when you're taking your money to the bank, you're basically just storing money. It's like just getting a safe and putting it in your bedroom, or putting your cash and a pillow. You're storing money, so you need to invest it. Principle number two. Principle number three. You saved your cash, you had an emergency, you have an emergency fund, and you're also investing. You've invested your cash, you have property, you're creating wealth, you have a business that is running, you're earning your passive income. Principle number three, financial protection. You need to protect all the investments that you have made. Financial protection is basically insurance. So You have a commercial space, you have commercial business, you have maybe you are running a construction company or construction business, so you have several trucks doing your construction, and so on and so forth. Whatever you're investing in, you have to insure it. So, say if you have a building that is giving you some rent, and it catches fire, do you wait until it catches fire? Then you have to go back to your pocket to look for money to repair the building. I don't think so. You need to insure that building so that in the event of such an unfortunate circumstance where there's fire or there's robbery and burglary, the insurance comes in to sort that out. What insurance does, simply, insurance mitigates the risk. Insurance does what we call indemnity. It simply indemnifies you. So you don't have to go back to your pocket to get money to sort out that problem. I'll give a simple example. For example, if you've insured your phone or even your laptop or even your car, if your car gets into an accident, because it has a comprehensive insurance, you do not have to go back to your pocket to look for money to repair your car. The insurance comes in and mitigates that particular risk. So this is a very important and critical principle in personal financial management, where after you've saved, invested, and created wealth, you need to protect that wealth. So insurance, not only are we encouraged to protect our properties, but we also encourage to protect our loved ones when it comes to things like health insurance, education insurance, and so on and so forth. In another session, we shall be talking about insurance. So principle number 4, retirement planning. So you have your source of income, you have saved, you then invested, and you've even protected your investments through financial protection, which we are calling insurance. Number 4, you also need to do retirement planning. And I remember at some point I used to see adverts where the Retirement Benefits Authority was encouraging even young people as young as 2025 to start planning for their retirement. It would be such a sad state when you're in your 60s or your 50s, late 50s, you're retiring and there's nothing to show for it. You have to plan for your retirement through, of course, the investments, like we've said, that you've put over the years, so that once you retire from active life, you are able to have a few inlets of passive income that are working for you, what we commonly hear people saying, money working for you. So you probably have investments that you've put in place that are giving you passive income, so you're able to continue living with the same standards of life that you're living with when you are active. You can also walk into insurance companies or investment companies and ask them to just show you their pension plans or their pension products. Then you get to understand how they work. You can actually save something little every month or quarterly, half annually or annually towards your retirement. The main thing about retirement is that you don't want to be in a situation whereby you're retired and now you start depending on your children to fund your retirement or your old age. So you also want your children to enjoy their lives with their families or whatever, or with their businesses. You also want them to go through the 4 stages of personal financial management comfortably without bothering them every day. I know from an African point of view, we come from a perspective whereby we say that because our parents took us to school, took care of us until where we are right now, we need to like reciprocate that. That is fine, depends on what you believe or not. But you don't want to find yourself in a situation where you burden your kids because you did not plan for your retirement. So retirement planning is also a very, very critical principle of personal financial management, either through your property, through the wealth that you're creating. You can also have a pension plan, and so on and so forth. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the four principles of personal financial management: saving, investments or investing, financial protection or insurance, and retirement planning. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this valuable information with your networks.